You're now tuning into the sounds of the Potnas podcast.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you're at on the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what time it is.
What time is it, Tiffany?
Wake your ass up. It's another freestyle session, baby.
Lord.
Young Tizzle, hey, it's the Potnas podcast, and we got Bradley back.
Whoa.
I'm kicking up these hoes like a hacky sack. Man, it's going on.
no.
Man, what it do?
Yeah.
It's that boy JTD, know what it do, hey.
Tell you what it do, rock the red, not the blue. Talking LA, I can't do too much of that, because you'll get splat. I don't want that to happen, because Brad is back.
Yeah.
Brad is back on the fucking mic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to LA. I'm gonna have to ride a bike. Yeah. The cars is high as hell and the gas too.
Yeah.
And
Shoot 'em up,
Cashews
man,
and
hold
stuff.
on.
Cashews.
It's that boy JT, I ain't got to pay phone. I'm about to call you up on another cell phone. Hold up, it's the podcast. Okay, whatever.
I should've stopped
All
it
right,
right
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world's greatest podcast, where we're delivering our perspective on topics, news, and shit. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Potnas podcast, baby. Shoot 'em up, god damn it.
Yeah. We don't
Damn.
Yes.
And we're your hosts, the Potnas.
Yes.
Hailing all the way from the north side of Houston, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
First up, we got the partner with the greatest vernacular. Give it up for Dino, a.k.a. the Dictionary.
What it do, people? Dino love it. That's really going to be my thing.
Vernacular.
Next to him,
Vernacular.
and returning back just in time, huh?
Yes.
To wrap up the second half of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the coolest partner of them all.
Are you the coolest now?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my name is Coolin.
Give it up for Coolin' and Pullin' Bradley.
I might do a rebrand.
Oh, look at that.
Thinking about it.
I like
A
it.
rebrand?
A rebrand.
What kind of... Okay.
Something.
All right. And then before we get to our special guests, all right, ladies and gentlemen, wanted to go ahead and introduce the navigator of this motherfucker.
The who?
I am the most explosive partner of them all. You have never had a friend like me.
Well, no.
Oh my.
Miss your show.
Oh my. God damn it. It is Young Tizzle, the live thrizzle, ladies and gentlemen. Shoot him up. Shoot him again.
This is gonna go
Put
too
him in the
far.
fucking dirt, huh?
On the WB.
Wake up, huh? If you're listening on Monday, when this episode comes out,
Or at
I
night.
hope that you are going to get the shot of espresso and the shot of energy that you need to kick ass this week, huh?
Yeah.
Go fuck them up at work.
Like it's fucking Monday.
Because
God damn. Tell them again.
Right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Damn
you
it.
better like that Monday.
You like that?
Good Monday.
Yeah,
baby.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you like that Monday?
Yeah. All that shit.
Yeah, Monday. Did Snoop Dogg just cuss out some children? What is
That too. It was Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, nobody talks about the fact that he really has a scary name. But we won't get into it.
Yeah. What we will get into is our very special guest.
Michael Myers.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the very beautiful, the magnificent Acacia. Can I put your government name out? Oh, never mind. Well, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our special guest, Acacia.
Acacia.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's getting...
Oh yeah, you can shout me out on Instagram. Get my followers up.
Oh, yeah. Golden Guns, ladies and gentlemen.
Underscore. Don't forget the
Underscore.
underscore.
Was it before or after Golden Guns?
It's before.
Yeah. Underscore Golden Guns, ladies and gentlemen. And we give you an opportunity
You
to do
still
that at
get
the
hurt
end.
no gunshots. What's going on?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah, duh. Fucking the GoldenEye gun.
Wait, you be doing fitness competitions or something?
No.
Oh.
Are you talking about my
Golden Guns,
handle?
I'm like-
no, actually.
Explain it, yes.
Tupac used to wear these golden AKs around his neck, and it just was something I held on to.
Big
so.
Tupac fan, eh?
You know, not the biggest. I think I was. I know. I think I was a wannabe. I don't know.
Our Instagram names lead us a lot of places, you know.
You know,
not a problem.
they do.
You
I
think
might do a
Tupac is
rebrand.
alive still?
Oh, gosh.
Hell yeah.
No.
He's in
No.
Costa Rica.
Okay, a lot of people. I didn't see him there. No, I didn't see him there, but I was looking for him.
He was
No,
there speaking
they say
Portuguese.
that he's hanging out with like Dr. Sebi and all that. So,
Oh yeah, and like Left Eye.
Doctor Who?
Yeah.
Left
Dr.
Eye died in
Sebi.
Costa Rica.
Who's that?
They are on
Died
a
in Costa Rica.
vegan island. eating the best raw vegetables and fruit that there is.
And working on the nuclear family.
Ladies and gentlemen, we also got some special guests in the building, but they're not on camera. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for She Is Sam Bam and for her first time on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Keiko Marie. Oh, yes. Hello, sunshine. Can we get her on the camera? Hold on, let me see.
It's her looking sleepy for me.
In her beautiful voice.
Ooh, turn out with Daddy on the pod. What's happening?
Look at her, y'all.
That's a 1-year-old baby.
She is 1 year old.
Oh, I would love to wake up on a Monday morning.
You want to say
and see
something?
Keiko.
You want to say anything? Huh? No? Okay. All right.
Oh, you can hear her binky. It sound like
Like Maggie, from Simpsons. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, you are going to bed.
Happy belated.
Sorry for that, that pause. Yes. Hey, goddamn it, co-host.
That's crazy.
If I'm doing something, y'all need to keep talking on the mic.
Oh,
damn it!
What are you talking about?
All right, anyways. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a loaded episode for you today. I'm so excited for this episode.
Yes.
I was hoping that everybody was going to show up
Loaded
and
like a
that it wasn't going
baked
to be any like fuckery, like, oh man, my tire got flat. Anyways, I'm just glad that everybody's here and let's get straight into it, huh? Acacia.
Yes.
All right, before we get into a recap of Bradley, let's talk about you, shall we? Where are you from? What's your occupation? And then how are you connected to the Potnas?
Sure. So I'm a military brat, so I was kind of from everywhere, but I grew up mostly in El Paso. I am a medical social worker, so I work in a hospital. And I know JT from school, Bradley from a baby shower, and just met my guy over here. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And from school, you can just say from school too.
I met him from school.
Yeah, that's what we'll say.
Okay.
I mean, if
They're
you
all
went to
from
that
school.
school, then we went to that
We
school.
always at the same.
This is your first time podcasting for real?
Yeah, no, for
This
us.
is crazy because you
Sounds
did the quick notes version and provided a lot of context in a very short amount of time. Yeah, Keiko, exactly.
So you went to the good old UC. What year did you graduate?
17.
17. Wow, we were so
She
far
sounds so
removed.
grown though, right?
Wow, I'm old.
I mean, she's grown.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
appreciate
Well, I'm talking about compared to us.
I
Like,
appreciate it.
Yeah,
because I'm 14.
Grown.
You're
13.
13.
And he's like, 9, huh?
Damn, I almost said something I can't. I'm trying to be better than me.
But
Okay.
I might have let me think. I don't know. You might not. There was no remnants of me on campus.
No.
You know how much we used to talk about having a legacy on campus. Yeah.
Talk about main character syndrome.
Traces.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Traces.
No, not at all. I think actually no. I did have a lot of people talking about me after I left, but I don't think like nobody that was a freshman.
I know. Was it?
possibly went.
Were they talking about you in a good way?
In some ways, I was president of BSA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if there were any practices put in place, I mean,
Look at Bradley.
but I think like
you don't know me.
try to ruin me.
I went to one BSA meeting.
Okay,
I was a little
That's good place.
intimidated.
Did you see?
So
Because without my guidance,
right.
the girls
That makes
didn't
sense.
want to come. You know, like you got to make that shit cool.
To make it feel, no doubt, welcome. It was. I never felt that way going to BSA
Yeah, BSA was like,
or
you know,
ASA for that matter.
and I'm sure people probably said that on campus. People said that to us, like BSA used to be this, that, and another. We're like, okay, well, we niggas 20 years later.
Bradley, you've been gone for like 3 episodes, dude.
Yeah.
Recap of what's been going on. Share what you will, if you
Okay.
will, but the listeners have been asking about you.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you're asking about me because you might, get me. So your dreams came true. I'm back. For now, for a limited time only, like the $5 box at Popeyes.
Oh, is that bad?
But yeah, for a second.
The ghost
And
pepper
they give you
wings.
2 sides on that. That shit's crazy.
That's wild.
Because them hoes are $3.99 each. So I am
so unhealthy.
the past 3 weeks has been a continuation of my slow but steady transition to the west coast. The west.
I know, that's right.
So
West Side, son.
a big piece of that is like prepping the home that I live in for the inhabitants of that home when I leave, because that's going to be like my forever home. Like that's my mama crib. So, I'm never going to leave it. But I opened that place up. I did the grand opening. So
I started off really excited for you when you first announced it, but as we get closer to the end of the season. I'm getting sadder and a little bit bitter. I'm like, God damn it! Like we were just rolling, with the chemistry and whatnot. And of course, like you'll be back on the show and whatnot. But like for seasons after season 7, but it's just
I need to leave a transition planner like people do at work. I did that for BSA, and that's why
continuity binder.
But obviously somebody threw it in the trash.
For sure, it wasn't there.
But yeah, we used to be able to recount, it was like being online and you could recount the past 10 presidents from the past 10 years. Like we knew our people,
our history.
Yeah, we tried to, but whatever.
Somehow
we are doing nowadays. I had
Shout
sent
out
them some
BSA.
money for a sweater and it took so long. That was you probably you only went to one meeting. So. But trust me, did you do like AACC or anything? Oh no, they changed it to the something.
What is what is BSA and what is ACC? AACC for
Black
our
Student
people.
Alliance, and I actually have some of the most what's so crazy is that I know there's a few people I know in LA from Big 12 Council. Like if I wouldn't have made those connections in undergrad, that's amazing to me. I think that's really cool.
Networking.
But not immediate. Like it's been 12 years.
But you did it.
But it paid off.
You didn't think about what you were doing as networking.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. I had a vision.
Yeah.
Sidebar. But anyway, so the past few weeks has just been, preparing the home because there's a lot going on there. And we just gotta thug that part out. And then of course, preparing my finances, which has been very fun.
I'm sure.
I just want to say this is a transparency moment. So my previous apartment, I stayed there for 4 years.
Oh, here we go.
And they charged me a lot of money when I left.
When you left?
Yeah.
Why?
But it was a lot of stuff.
To break your lease?
My question too. No, I didn't break my lease. I was.
Oh,
my
it was
lease
it
up,
from
but
all those times that
been there.
Trumper wrote complaints on you?
No, he didn't write complaints. He
wrote
racist remarks and said racist remarks. They weren't even tied to actions. He was like, "This hood rat down the hall, look my way."
So there's no justifiable reason.
Word for word. Yeah.
There's no justifiable reason
Zero.
why to.
Zero. Oh, actually, the first time we got into it was because I had my door open.
Okay.
The one that
Downstairs.
I pay for.
Yeah.
And then what did you have playing in the background? Like some porn or something?
No. I just had my door open.
That's it?
Why do you assume he playing porn?
No, I was just being I was being exaggerated.
Do you sexualize me intentionally?
No. I mean, we are
yeah.
doing a podcast, a live show, and we are producing content.
I wear my arms out one time, and now I'm a sex
now you watching sex porn.
He was putting
your door wide open.
an infinite emphasis on that bicep.
Yeah, he was.
Tell me about that.
He called it cuppy or something.
So,
anyways,
yes, prepare my finances. So they charged me a lot of money, whatever. I was ready to, I got the racks. So I was ready to pay for that, whatever. And then I also had one from the previous apartment from 6 years ago. So I was going to wait that one out. Remember we was talking about credit and shit
in
falling
7
off?
years?
I didn't think I'd have to move again. So, so, but yeah, so those people, my previous apartment, they cut it down 50%. I was like, cool, boom, bing, bong. And then I was like, okay, the previous one, they sent me a lot of letters saying like, hey girl, we'll give you 25% of the cost. Like, just please pay something. Hell, and I was ignoring it. I'm like, I got a new apartment this whole life. Like, I stayed there 4 years. I didn't care. I'm like, I'm never paying you guys. I want y'all to know that. They stopped calling. So I had to go find them like bad. Like, it was really hard for me to find them for one. Then when I finally got them on the line, of course it's a nigga, and of course he take his job too fucking seriously.
Oh, here we go.
Tell me the numbers.
Oh my God. Do you know all the incredibly incorrect things he assumed about my life based off of me not paying that debt? He was like, you probably ain't been able to get an apartment for 4 years, have you? I was like, no. He was like, where you at now? Like asking really bad, intrusive, invasive questions. And what's so crazy is that their waiting music is not music. It's like, we here at National Credit Systems, because I hope y'all come up somewhere.
Oh, no.
We're here at National Credit Systems. It starts out, paying off your debts is a huge part of life. It's like you're making a step in the right direction by calling us today. And it was like it goes, we're gonna handle your debt with honesty, factual something and something like. And
this is the waiting music.
And the nigga was the exact opposite of all he was the worst. So I have a button, like if you start to push if you start to push me personally, I don't know you, I'm about to cuss you out like immediately. Like gotcha, bitch. And like there are so many times that he talked over me that I really had to like. I had to come back down. I was like, hey, like, I'm not talking over you. Like, as if I care about his feelings. I'm not talking over you. I just wanted to maybe get my point across. And I know at the end of the day, he can discount the amount. I'm like, I'm just trying to get my point across. And then, like, he cut me off in the middle of me saying,
what I'm saying is,
I was just.
And I said, motherfucker, you got one more time to cut me. I'm like, I'm trying to be. And he was like, okay, Mr. Pooh, I'm going to go see. And he come back, all right, we can give you $10 off. And so
So he wanted you to meet his aggression.
You asked what's been happening for the past 3 years, 3 days? 3 weeks? How many things of measurement I can give? Over the past 3 weeks, I've been calling that man every day like we best friends. He give me $10 more, $100 more.
Okay, man.
$100 more.
I can do 12 every day.
Okay, cool. All right. So finally got that down. But not a problem. It just takes a little bit of time. Been doing that. And then trying to look at purpose because this all happened out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, purpose. Wow. So we're going to go from like performance, because that's why I feel like this, not like in a performative way, but like performing, being a good performer here in Houston to like, okay, now we're going to seek purpose. That's the next step.
I like that.
All right.
Yeah. So
that might be the
LA,
toast.
here I come.
Later. Yeah, here we go. Come on now. All right. Beautiful recap, Bradley. And let's get straight into the highlight topic. We're going to skip news again this week, ladies and gentlemen, because depressing. All the news. Yeah, it's a lot right now, and it's nothing too captivating or too positive for us to talk about. And most of the highlight topics, anyways, in news or the current events are everybody knows about it already.
You feel guilty? You're giving an explanation why we're not doing that.
I know. Why do I do that? I need to work on that. Anyways, highlight topic.
We've done it already.
All right, where's my fucking music? God damn it.
The wheels already spun.
Pre-spun wheels. Hey, I'm on this.
Damn.
Hit you right in the chest.
All right, so been scrolling
about?
on the gram, right? And
that's trouble already.
It's just a continuation of toxicity, friendships, and sex.
Okay, wait, that's what's on your feed?
Huh?
Mine's got like healthy, like
no, not on my feed.
Specifically,
it's in my it's in all of the stories. All of the stories. Everybody's
pics.
It's like they're quotables. They're people in the gym. They're
people get ready for spring, summer coming up.
Yeah.
No, but this shit has been going on all the time, right? Like all throughout. In Acacia, I know some of this applies to you, but I'm not necessarily calling you out.
Shots fired.
No, because Acacia does both of them, but I'm not talking specifically about
Just
her at
like
all.
you.
I'm talking about like the people that are trying to make it in like they're making a purpose.
They're
making they're
claiming?
what the fuck? What's the word I'm looking for?
Oh, shit, I'm trying to get
intentional.
They're
purposeful,
yeah, I guess so.
False
They're making
claim.
it a point to really get their point across about who they're talking about or who they're trying to target. Anyways,
okay.
We're going to get into an interesting topic that me and a couple of friends spoke about earlier this week about people hollering at a friend talking to a friend.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And when I mean talking, like I'm talking about like in the sense of dating, like they're entering in courtship. Two of your friends, two people that you know that don't necessarily know each other, but they, are one and alike now and are trying to, or not one and alike, but like they're interested in each other.
Two friends talk to each other.
I have a question for the panel.
Okay.
If you have a friend that is interested in getting into a relationship with one of your other friends, and that other friend is either a slut.
Damn.
I know.
That's the first noun you decided to like. You could have built up to slut.
Yeah.
They're no good or they're a fuckboy.
Okay.
Damn. You just try to look for the worst versions of people.
I just want to make sure that we level set here that JT's words.
Do not reflect.
No, I don't even want to say it like that because he's going to call us PC. I'm saying that his words, these words to him don't necessarily, sometimes they don't necessarily match up to the severity of the average listener. So if he calls somebody a slut, he doesn't mean like, maybe.
I might be. Yeah, exactly. Right. I was letting you get it out. Anyways, so a friend, you have a friend that is interested in one of your other friends that is, not necessarily. Let's just call him no good.
Okay, there we go. No good.
A friend,
gutter snipe.
Okay.
of some stature is interested in a friend that's nothing to brag about. But they're a friend of yours nonetheless. What do you do in that scenario or in that situation? Do you give your initial friend number one, a heads up about that no good friend, or do you just keep the business to yourself and don't say anything and just see how this plays out?
I feel like if I say my opinion, it won't, like, I won't have to like explain anything further. So I want to kind of play devil's advocate.
I want to ask our two friends on the panel that are single.
Okay.
You go first. Yeah.
I feel like I just need a little bit more context.
That's what I was going to ask.
Okay, so
well, and more so about the term slut. Like, are we talking about
and no good?
We're calling and no good. Are we talking about their sexuality? Like maybe they're promiscuous.
Yes, promiscuous. Right, exactly.
So they fuck a lot of people.
So this is to someone.
Is that what we're saying?
And this is to someone in which they would not like someone who is promiscuous, because we're not saying that that's something that's bad, right, JT?
Sure.
Good.
But let's just say that they don't take let's just say that they don't take relationships seriously. Like they're not in the business of trying to get married, whereas the other one is working towards that.
Okay.
So what do you do? Because I recently got hit with this a couple of months ago, and I saw something on social media that made me, regurgitate that particular moment, and I was like, man, wow, that was crazy. And I actually made the conscious decision to let her know about this no good guy, even though he's one of my partners. You know what I mean? And but it's just because I had to protect her because. Huh?
Yeah, that's like crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't even think I have the snitching button in it, but
Y'all saw 6ix9ine get beat up. That is damn. I wanted to talk about that in the news. Fuck.
So okay, so
right.
I'm fucked up by saying it. Huh?
Yeah,
I should have just let it play out.
You can go first.
No, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, if there's somebody that I cannot suggest to someone, if a friend of mine comes up and wants that person, then we probably not actually friends.
Shouldn't be friends.
So, and then I'll take it a step further. Then, like, why do I even care to stop that from happening?
No, you got friends that you wouldn't necessarily refer to anybody.
Nah.
I put it like this. Treat this like it's actual business, right?
I would more times than not, I would say that so the friend who comes up and asks about the other friend, I would probably turn around and tell the friend that they asked for not to choose one that came to ask, because you're a pussy. Not saying that you have to like you're a pussy if you want me to set you up. Okay, sure. And pussy's not a bad word. We don't mean
pussies
that.
We
mean it colloquially.
Yes.
But you flipped it. You kind of made it seem like that it's the bad friend that's asking for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so like you said,
it's the good one asking.
That's what I'm saying. Is that like if they were bad, if they, I'm like,
and they're not even asking. Like you just know about the good friend trying to get with the bad friend.
A specific instance, I would warn my bad friend about them. Like, you're about to hurt them. Like, what? Like, don't do that.
That's responsible.
That's good. That's very responsible.
I wouldn't tell them, like, don't go after them. I'm like, yeah, kind of be infatuated. That's fun for everybody.
So what if
I'm gonna make sure
what if I'm the bad friend and I'm telling you it's none of your fucking business, nigga? Like,
then so be it, because I can't stop that from happening. But also don't, and I'm gonna have to make sure that they
and now me and you got a problem.
And they both, because that won't happen.
Oh,
because
why?
I would never be friends with somebody like that. Like, I just know the qualities of somebody who would try to do some shit like that to me, because I'm not a part of any of your love life unless I set y'all up. But you brought me into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you ever be mad at me for you bringing me in your business?
I've experienced this as well.
Like, what?
Right?
Go ahead. Finish.
I want Acacia to speak too.
Yeah, I do too.
I love to hear your thoughts. But Dino, you go first.
And mine is not even. It's not verbose. So I had two friends who dated. I mean, I've had this happen numerous times. Actually, multiple times with some really good friends who've met other friends as extensions of my circle, right? And the thing is, I wouldn't say either of these friends were dogs or had any negative, inherently negative quality about them that the other one would just be completely averse to. Nothing outright. They both seem to be compatible. Mm-hmm. They start dating, and the shit's nuclear.
The fan. Yeah.
It's like, what happened. You know what I'm saying? And you may have kind of like sanctioned it. You didn't set it up, but it was like, oh, cool. Yeah, y'all see what's up.
As a matter of fact, I don't suggest none of my friends date my friends because I don't ever want to be put in a position where anything could go wrong, whether or not I saw it coming or not.
You know, but I feel like I live in the complete opposite realm of you of what you just said. I live in a world where all my friends fucking talk to each other.
That's crazy to me. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, I mean, well,
y'all polygamists.
Before I get into
because I can't do that shit. Everybody's fucking around here, and I'm not okay. Oh, it's because you fucking somebody that's all a friend. It's all a tangle web, ain't it?
No,
hey, nigga, stop. I
I
only love on Sam. Okay.
Well,
no,
now,
I don't mean it like that.
Now,
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh,
well, yeah. Now, as in he's a married man now, but like in college, everybody was
I
fucking
thought you
everybody.
meant. Oh, okay, sorry. I thought he was trying to tell you.
All
Business.
my friends used to hump on each other. It was like,
Okay, sure.
Y'all did what?
What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that, to kind of touch on what Bradley was saying, like, I learned the hard way not to be a matchmaker, right? I have a really, really good friend, and I have tried to set her up twice with two different guys, and they have both turned out to be like pieces of shit. And she's gotten her heart broken from both those guys.
How well did you know those two guys?
So I didn't know them really well. It was like I knew them because I was dating either like their roommate or I was dating like their frat brother.
Proximity, there was some rapport.
Yeah, there was rapport. Like there wasn't like, I'll go on this blind date with, so and so's friend. There was rapport. I'd hung out with them. I was like, yo, like they're cool guys. Like maybe they have their shit together, whatever. And I was like, go out with them, go see how it goes. It ended up getting too deep, and unfortunately, I feel like I have a friend who's ready to settle down, to start, that relationship and all of those things. And both the men I set her up with are just out to fuck.
Yeah.
And
Double homicide.
And both times. But, and the thing about it too is like, this is about a 3.5-4 year difference between these two guys that I tried to hook her up with. Like the first one, I was like, okay, we're young, it's cool, whatever. I understand he wants to fuck. But this last one, I was like, okay, baby, you're old.
Yeah, we need to
baby,
relax.
I'm like, you got like 5 more years.
Men don't grow out of that fucking everything.
No.
Yeah.
I got a kinfolk who's like 50 or 60 just had a baby.
Yeah, they're like infatuated with like young, beautiful, sexy women that got a lot going on for themselves.
So firstly, just to gauge how this is rustled your spirit. What's your sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
Okay, got it. Understood.
I am.
Well, are you going to ask the rest of the panel?
Is your friend disinterested? Is your friend that you're trying to set up? What's her sign?
She's a Gemini.
Ooh, you shouldn't be setting her up anyway.
No.
Are you sure it's not your friend?
No. We there's like a trio of us. So it's like a Leo, a Gemini, and a Scorpio.
Wow.
And so we
walk into a bar.
Yeah, literally.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I'm sure.
I know what you're talking about.
No, she's not a true Gemini. It's so interesting when I read those, and I'm like, no, she's not a true
Scorpios
Gemini.
have a realness to them where Geminis don't show up as Geminis because they feel like they've already been seen all the way.
Can you both give context as to what the characteristics and personality is of a Scorpio and a Gemini?
I love a Scorpio.
All right. Why?
They are direct. If they don't want to talk to you, they don't have to. They don't feel like they need to, and they won't. And you're gonna know about it. Yeah.
Very much so.
And they be lying, but they always deny it. But then also look at SZA, biggest liar in the industry.
Yeah.
She like for sport. I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool actually.
Yeah.
And if you know a Gemini very well, they'll never lie to you because you know the lie.
So they're very truthful.
The lie will come out, but they're not lying to you because they know you know the truth. So that's why Scorpios make great imaginative companions to Pisces like me. Because they live in another realm. Because
so much content. Y'all making this hard for me. I'm about to make like 5 videos just from this episode alone.
I love a Scorpio. Don't get me wrong.
I tell you who's amazing.
Who?
Libras.
Oh, I'm a Libra. Come on.
Are you?
We're the fucking best. We're the most like diverse. We have a little bit of everything. We have a little bit of toxicity. We have a lot of positivity. We see the good in everything. We're polite. We're socialites. We can be conservative at times. We are artistic. We're creative. We drink. We're the life of the party. We are leaders. We can be followers. We are everything. We are beautiful. We're all sexy. We all got that stroke fucking game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Fucking put it down, nigga.
You're pushing it.
Well, both y'all have kids, so I believe that.
Hell yeah. Shit. I killed so many babies, pre-babies.
It might be because I only track Libra women because Libra women are more interested in Libra men to me. But usually I see people sexualize Libra women over Libra men. That's interesting. Yeah. Usually Libra men are like quieter individuals, and you just try to make them out to be.
There's one trait about Libras that I wish that I didn't have. It's just the ability for us to endure and embrace everything, just all the lows. You know,
that's what I'm saying? Actually along the lines of what people they are
coming to us. Yeah. The balance, right? Is what our actual figure or icon is the balance. We carry so much weight of other people's burdens. People come to us to problem solve and to vent, and then sometimes they don't. They just want to. They just want to talk to us and not get any feedback because we're problem solvers. We figure it out. We have a solution of everything.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta shut the hell up.
Yeah, but that's where how
sometimes
me
people unload
and Darian differ because you're almost a Scorpio, right?
Yeah, I was born like at 11:59 or something.
What's the cutoff?
I was born on the 22nd, 23rd of October is when Scorpio started.
Okay, so what are you?
Scorpio.
You're Scorpio?
Yeah.
We had this whole conversation about Scorpios.
We just said that.
I just wanted to confirm.
That's how we started this.
Okay. No, I thought you were talking about that the friend was a Scorpio. But never mind.
no.
I didn't have my list of New Year's on.
She was a him and I.
Yeah.
Has the situation happened to you where one of your friends tried to warned you about another that you were talking to?
Yeah, my first ever real boyfriend, college boyfriend. He was.
God. You was too grown to be set up.
First college.
Damn. Well, he was frat brothers with one of my good friends' boyfriends. So yeah.
And then you turned around and did it to your friends. Yeah. That's just a.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a
frat.
I'm sure. Yeah,
That's a Scorpio move too.
That's the only frat boys I've ever dated.
Congratulations.
It's actually.
Hey, go ahead and move that.
Mine.
Move that over, Kimberly. We are.
I'm actually not. No, it's not an impressive thing.
Can you move the letters over your shoulder,
Yeah,
please?
actually, let's hide this.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Give it up.
No, but I have a question for you, JT. You talked about how a little bit of toxicity is a good thing in your sign. What is it that's toxic about you that you feel like is a good thing?
Oh, I'm controlling.
You feel like that's a good thing?
It can be.
She said
Depends on how.
That's a good thing. We've talked about what's toxic about it.
A toxic trait of mine that is good
because you spoke about
control.
Are you talking about the
irreverently.
toxic that is good, or what is a good thing about you, regardless of the toxic?
No, well, he said, Libras are,
we're everything.
Everything. He says, I'm a little bit of toxic. So I want to know more about that.
Yeah, so my toxicity, the toxicity traits about me, I am a very judgmental person. I hate to admit that. It kind of makes me cringe. It's not a lot that gets me.
That's how this question was written.
Huh?
This question is written out of judgment.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right, exactly. Because all I do is on social media, when I'm on it, is looking for content for the podcast. What you say? You say
it's judge?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I get on social media to judge
people. Yeah, everybody does, and people need to be honest about that.
Exactly, but I just so happen to be one of the very few out of all of our circle to admit it. But yeah, that's one of my biggest toxic traits is my ability to judge and my ability to control and manipulate. All right. And I don't now disclaimer, I do not manipulate in my relationship. All right. And my wife can come and speak on this show for herself as well.
There was something very
She trying to say that I don't manipulate you.
If anything, I embrace her. I give her the realm to be her own self, to control her own finances, to make her own decisions.
There was something
and to dictate and direct the direction of our family shift of where we're going to go. But
I
go
watched
ahead, Bradley.
whatever. I watched the episode 2 episodes ago. You talking about something? You better have a job around here, motherfucker. God damn it!
You goddamn right.
You better be doing something around this motherfucker.
That's me talking about everybody else. Look,
I'm gonna manipulate him.
so one of the great things about being a show and being a navigator of this motherfucker is I get to put myself in all these different scenarios, right? Because that's how imagined. That's how creative and imaginative I am. Did I say that word right?
Yeah,
Imaginative.
great job.
All right, cool. Yeah.
So you get to live out your sick fantasies on the show.
Exactly. That's the whole fucking reason why we created this, right?
didn't know
I thought that was the whole reason why we got this out. This
First
thing.
of all, everything is sexual about this episode.
And then too, crazy.
I wanted to mention
Y'all tripping.
there's something like sinister in the way that you said that you control and manipulate. And I want you to pull that back and I want you to watch your own face
And make that a
on
clip, actually.
and then try to see how convincing it is that you don't do that to some capacity in all parts of your life. Yeah.
Dang, y'all think I'll be
Probably.
Okay.
I really don't know. But
all right. Well, anyways, I know that is that is for sure a common stereotype and perception of me that my friends and other people from on the outside looking in think that I do. Like, is I'm a very controlling individual and manipulative person in the household, and of course, you wouldn't know until you're actually in here and you talk and and be very and get into the thing of life with me and Sam. And you'll come to find out that that's the complete opposite. However, on the outside, when I'm interacting and engaging with our friends, I'm very expressive and I have no problem sharing the truth and talking like my truth or talking and just having dialogue and discussion, stimulating discussion and debate about these crazy scenarios and what would you do? Because I'm trying to, not intersect, but
manipulate.
I'm trying to. Yeah, sure.
man, it almost jumped out.
Because I know, right? It was like literally on the fucking mic. I like to steer the conversation, and I like to play facilitator after, like I throw it out there. Like I'll lead us to the room of the realm, the circle, round table, and then as soon as we're all sitting down and we're in the discussion, boom, then I play facilitator and I let everybody else go and engage.
Yeah, you're like in a lab with mice, and then you got one piece of cheese.
Damn.
It's like, follow me, even though I ain't got no cheese, and then they're all like, okay, we'll follow this little nigga, and it's like, and then he dropped a piece of cheese to see what the niggas did. I mean, the rat.
Yeah. I want to see them cannibalize each other.
Damn.
But I'm not that. But yeah, and
you don't.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I have a superpower of being petty too.
That's what.
But I don't like
Jeffrey Dahmer
extra.
did.
Oh, what did you say?
He was the rat with the cheese. He liked to watch him
It was
cannibalize.
way more sinister.
Yeah,
Oh, was it?
I can be really petty too. I can be very petty, but
feels like a confession.
but you
Let's
have to
keep going.
really push me to my limits. For me to be petty.
Do you take into consideration when you are finding a sweetor at the Tesla charging station?
R.I.P.
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 Do you take in heavy consideration like any spiritual qualities that are not religious? So I'm saying that because it was gonna sound funny if I said like, do you take into seriously horoscope into consideration? And like people are like, of course we don't. And like, no, there are spiritual aspects of that.
So you're asking
So
her.
I just wanted to make it. Yeah. Do you take the horoscope or astrology into heavy consideration by any chance?
I don't take it into heavy consideration, but I oftentimes find myself matching or like dating like very similar types of people that end up being.
So there's something there.
Yeah.
And what is that?
Nothing but
what is that?
Scorpios.
Unfortunately, cancers.
Oh
wow.
I know.
That's what I'm married to.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I think wait, don't get me started. But I think there's something about y'all that it's not that good. It's not that
They say like cancers are more like, they can be kind of soft. They're a little bit more in tune with their emotions, and I'm a little bit opposite.
Yeah, that's me as well.
So
Really?
Yeah.
But see,
You wouldn't consider yourself in tune with your emotions?
No, I'm in tune with my emotions, but I don't find myself to be a sensitive person.
Yeah.
And it can go into like attachment styles too. Like I have an avoidant attachment style, so it's really hard for me to.
every Scorpio ever.
I have an avoidant attachment style.
So you went too far past your sign on Cancers because your sign, your love of your life is supposed to be a Pisces.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So, but we're
if any of y'all are Pisces, come find me.
Oh, March babies.
We're into.
And still
I'm
have
a
a
Pisces
hairline.
as well, but unfortunately, I'm.
So what? So
Unless you're ready to have a child or something, I'm ready
Are
to go.
Scorpio supposed to be your match, or
Yes, and Tauruses. And I forget what the other sign is for Scorpios too. But I think y'all fall into Cancers frequently because people mistake Cancers for Pisces, and they're not. It's Cancers are in tune with one emotion versus Pisces in tune with all emotion out of everything. I can tell.
I got you.
This computer feels very sad that it's not being used by this instead of this MacBook. Like I can feel the energy of everything in the room. So we help you stand up whatever emotional effort you do actually have.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you you show us boundaries
Okay.
because I don't have none.
Okay.
Pisces don't have none.
so you being a single Scorpio, what do those DMs look like? Let's get into it.
You know, I think this kind of goes back onto what you were saying earlier about how, like, you know, what you post on Instagram has a lot to do with, you know, of course you're letting people into certain parts of your lives. You know, so if I you know, the standard thirst traps, right? Like I post a gym selfie every morning that I go to the gym, those kinds of things. So I get a lot of hard eyes. I get a lot of, I actually have 2 people right now on mute because they were blowing up my Instagram. Yes. And I mean, my phone would just be going off because it would be like, they hadn't seen my story all day, and then now I've got like 5, you know, I got 5 different things, you know, and they're like heart.
So is that lame when they like consistently like 5 in a row, like everything?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's not even that it's lame; it's annoying.
First of all, I was just talking about this the other day. Like, who is still? Well, maybe people still do. Maybe straight people still do this, but I think it's so strange when punks. So no, not stories. If somebody follows you and they like up a bunch of your pictures, something's wrong with them.
Oh, that's not a thing anymore.
Is that what you think? That's what you take from
That's
it?
an issue.
That they like everything?
Like in one bulk mass? Like,
Yeah, like just because they follow you now, I'm up to like 8 pictures.
I got you.
Well, that's just probably. I take
that's
those
fucking weird.
individuals
People
as like
used to
people
do
that
that.
just don't know how to use
Unless
social
it's a
media.
business account or something.
Or, let me rephrase that. Everybody uses social media differently, right? And to me, and I know this is going to sound bad, we'll try to format it in a way that it's not going to be extremely offensive.
Say it, bro.
I just take those people as like the ones that are kind of like behind the curve, you know, not that far ahead of the curve, meaning that they use social media in a way to where when they're on there, they're active and they want to show action through their actions by the likes and by comments. Commenting everything. They're a fan of you. They're a true fan of you. And maybe you're a compelling individual, Bradley.
No, what? Okay, you're right. I'm not saying that.
Oh, that was
Thank you. So I'm not saying it's weird to
That's like a compliment. I forgot.
to have likes. All right. Wow, that was like my first or second episode.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with you having had liked every single photo on my page. That's okay. Over time, totally fine. I post a picture, like it. Cool.
Okay.
When somebody follows you fresh,
New follow.
and it's like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Maybe they're trying to get your attention.
Yeah, and that's fucking strange. That's the way you pick.
No pun intended, but that's the way you pick.
I could see, okay, so that happens probably all the time with you.
But then also
Acacia,
she's
right?
fine. I guess I don't care.
Yeah, Acacia is one of the reasons why I wanted her on the show, besides like her being one of my closest friends, is she's a single, attractive woman out here. Really, like I was talking to her offline about how proud and how much I admire her journey, right? And all these other people, and specifically women that I follow, and my women friends. Wait. No, this is good. This is praise for all women, right? Okay, like they're all making a conscious effort, and it's this huge movement, right? And we're still in Women's History Month.
Hey.
Did I say that right? Women's History Month, right? Or Women's
International Women's Month.
International Women's Month. All right, cool. And
I just say yeah.
they're all making a concerted effort to be fit in all 4 pillars of
What? What are those 4 pillars?
4 pillars: mental, mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional. Right?
I love it.
And I think there was like a 5th one too. What's the 5th one, Bradley?
Mental, I guess
The
that's
master
your heart.
trainer.
Yeah, I guess that's your
Third
heart.
eye.
Because I just know every training that ever.
Metaphysical.
No. Okay, well, no. I was thinking that I didn't say the social aspect, but anyways, wait, no, I did it right. I didn't say socially, right? So
You
social
talking about
is
like
the fifth one.
Maslow's pyramid of
Mental-
needs?
All right, what I'm saying basically is that
Behavioral psychology.
women specifically now are making a concerted effort to exercise all and expand their footprint in all 4 or 5 of those pillars,
But I
right?
think all humans should.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But with women, it's like they're trying to make a statement with it. They're like, hey, we have a voice now. We have the ability to vote and do all these other things and make equal wages. I know I'm taking it all the way back, but let me bring it back. I'm sorry. I'm going on a fucking tangent. But
You can be on the DU.
the thing about Acacia that
He's free now.
Acacia just seems authentic with it. Acacia just seems very authentic in the way that she does it,
way she
whereas
expresses
all
herself
the
on
other
social
women.
media.
Right.
Yeah. I feel you.
You know, and I think it's interesting that you don't take yourself seriously in the sensitive realm. Like you don't think that you said earlier that
said she
you don't
wasn't emotional.
You're not an emotional individual in relationships, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Neither was I.
So you said you're not.
Neither was I. Hell no.
Oh, okay.
I had
So what do y'all constitute then? Both of y'all as being
emotional
emotional.
or like emotionally in tune. I know that was kind of tossed
There we
around.
go. That's
So-
the juxtaposition that I made. Not juxtaposition.
That's the juxtaposition.
that I made between Cancers and Pisces. So they are emotional people, and we're like emotionally like
In tune.
intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good word. So let's pivot off of intelligent. I didn't have what I now know to be called emotional intelligence. That's some shit that came to me later in my adult life, like 20s, approaching 30s probably, when I really was like, okay, I gotta figure this out. It was hard for me to even like, cause think about it. You don't come up with like, you have to verbally express your anger as a man. No, you express this shit in other ways. I've never seen a man in my life be like, hey, bro, you hurt my feelings. But you damn sure gonna feel it if you hurt my feelings, because we're gonna talk about you. We may fight you like on some stupid shit, but like we don't have the emotional intelligence, the understanding, the awareness to be like, this is what I'm feeling. Is let me first stop and reflect on what I'm feeling, acknowledge that I'm feeling. Then what am I feeling? Why am I feeling? And then
And apply
Yeah.
to adjust emotion.
What pisses you off, Acacia?
Pisses me off.
Yeah. What can trigger your emotions? Either excitement or nervous.
like, are you asking what's the red button?
I guess like a liar. I don't like a liar. That pisses me off.
Because y'all supposed to be the pros. So if somebody lie, it's like, how dare them?
I don't like inconsistency. If you tell me one thing but then
kinda
do
like a
something
liar, too.
else, I mean, yes, it kind of falls into the same umbrella, of being a liar. But really, those are my things. Like those two things, you don't do them, and I'm probably fine.
Yeah.
I don't have no issues. But I do have a question for you, Damon, only because you said your later 20, early 30 age is when like you started to realize, or gain emotional intelligence. What was it for you that like made you come to this realization that I'm lacking in this, and how did you kind of embody it? I'm curious.
That's that social work coming out.
Well, I'm curious.
That's good, because there's a social worker that got me there. My sister-in-law is a social worker.
Okay.
So I'm married to a twin who I was like best friends with her sister as well. So I had a katana sword tongue. You dig? Like I used to be able to like because of where I'm from, I would speak very candidly, and I had a really sharp tongue because we used to dice each other up where I'm from. I mean, everybody had thick skin because my mom would call me a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? and lovingly, like, you think you're dumbass and do da da da, and I should have done it. You know what I'm saying? My dumbass. And so
My dumbass.
but like I can speak that way to like my lady or to her sister or to some of her friends, because like, so what kind of the catalyst for me was I had accidentally made my now sister-in-law cry. I was just what'd you say? I don't remember, but I'm gonna repeat it. But it was just and it was nothing like
I just made her cry.
unintentional or malicious. I mean, it was nothing. I'm saying intentional. But the thing is, what it forced me to do was reflect on what I said that created this reaction, because this reaction is the furthest thing from what I wanted. So it's like, if I did this accidentally, I can take some time and put some effort to figure out what did that. And then it was just kind of a journey. But my lady was a big help with that too, because, I had a daughter, I had a wife with a twin sister. I had to take care of both of them. I had my mama who was She's a Scorpio, true Scorpio, very expressive and outwardly emotional at times. Only when she's like in certain emotions, like really, really upset or like really, really maybe, I don't know, sad, because she's a crier, like on the drop of a dime. But it was
I've
it was
never
that.
seen emotion from Scorpio. You had a lucky mom.
No, she used to really. It was just she cried in movies. That's what it was. She was like a baby. But yeah, I hope that answers your question.
How do you go about expressing your issues for all three of you, right? But I especially want to hear from Acacia first. When you and I'm sorry for the whistling that I'm doing with my mouth, but
You're whistling?
when you're
No,
it's whenever I say the S's and I guess my consonants, like you were saying earlier.
Oh yeah, we were talking
anyways,
about consonants.
I can hear it in the mic, is what I'm saying.
Family Guy. You know, there's a whistling.
Thoughts on discussing issues through text? Is it childish? Do you do it? Have you been
Is that?
I guess
person that has done that in the past?
I definitely feel like I have done it in the past. Like before, excuse me, before like, you know, I actually kind of realized and learned how to communicate. I think that was something that actually I learned probably later on than most people, because I came from a family where you didn't communicate. You got your ass whooped and then you went to bed and you didn't know how to
black households.
you didn't know how to express what it was that you were feeling. And so a lot of times to save myself from, you know, and I also, I am able to explain myself a lot better on paper, in a text, all of those things than I am in person. Because if it's something I feel very strongly about, I do get emotional in a sense where I'm like, I might have like a tremble in my voice or something like that.
I just figured you out. So the more you talk, the more you get in tune with your emotions.
Right. So
interesting.
So I don't think that, you know, navigating a conflict through text message is necessarily right or wrong. I think it depends on the context of the actual issue.
What if you're breaking up with somebody?
Oh, that's a phone call. That's an in-person thing. It depends, but you know, depends on how you end it.
It
but
depends on why you want to break up.
Yeah.
Sometimes I never want to speak to you again. Okay.
But you need to acknowledge that this is not a thing.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm glad
if
that
you never see me again. Are we broken up or not?
I hit the buzzer, but I actually meant to hit the ding. Like, yes, breakups, you need that. I believe that you have to handle that in person, or at the very least, at the very minimum,
not
a
in
phone
person.
call
Go.
or a FaceTime. You're right.
Or
Because
just ghosting,
right. But I mean, like, because that's just a sign of respect. Like,
But
hey,
you don't
we've
respect this person
committed.
probably.
Yeah. What if you break it up with somebody because you don't respect them?
Well, at that point, you just walk out of KFC like
That's
you
what
just
I'm
fucking
saying.
fired. Yeah,
Anything
or
else
like you
you
just
can
got quit.
fix.
Yeah.
So you're a ghoster.
Anything that you couldn't walk away from and not have to have some sort of closure conversation with the person, that means y'all was supposed to be broken up. And if you have the gumption to go have a closure conversation, y'all asses could be together if you just go ahead and sweep some shit. If it's not like physically impossible to be together, or like financially impossible, or like, you know, whatever. Like if there's not like a deal breaker.
What if it's a part
You
of your
can fix
healing
some things.
process?
You say that one more time?
Closure conversation is never a part of anybody's healthy.
I said, what?
healing.
What?
No, I disagree.
Dino, ask the question again.
Oh wait, no, let's talk about that.
I said, what if it's a part of your healing process, your healing journey?
Okay,
To kind of address some
you can
unrequited
ask
emotions.
Well, it really kind of depends, but you should never need a closure conversation. Remember how we were talking about?
You should never. What? No, I disagree.
A closure
Okay.
conversation.
Ask a therapist.
You did.
So
why?
if listen, remember how we were talking about?
Not all therapists are correct, by the way.
Okay, sure. That's why you got to shop around. Also, don't go to your first therapist. So, or
But you said
Let
ask
me get
the
where I was
therapist.
going.
All right.
So
Now we're gonna start talking about therapy.
a few episodes.
We're gonna have a therapist back.
My
on
most
the
recent
episode next week.
I almost said my most recent therapist. My most recent episode, we were talking about you go looking for something, then you will
You can find it.
find
Facts.
it.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
bing bong.
So, what are you closing up?
Oh no, that's some shit to close up.
If you,
sometimes.
communication. It like
I
if
got
we didn't
stories.
pick up, we need to pick
I know
up
what
where
the
we
fuck
left
that
off.
was.
Right.
So-
And what if the last time that you saw me?
I'm glad you guys are passionate there. So
we were.
It's not even just a passionate. It's just about like speaking
I
factual.
hear you. Great job. Doing a great job. So a second ago, when I said
We didn't give
well,
a
you
pass
niggas
today.
could probably be together. Then what's stopping that? Then if there's so much we need to discuss.
Oh no, I don't see. That's a
Your
there's
ideology.
so much that we
no,
should
but
be
there's a
discussing.
giant leap that I don't
And there's
understand
a-
how you're getting. You're starting on at A and ending up at Z.
No,
I missed the rest of the alphabet.
If you need to have yes,
If you need to talk
It's
again, you
very-
must be in love and want to get together.
if you have made up your
It's a
mind,
big
if you have
leap.
made up your mind that you don't need this person in your life, okay, and you've had enough conversation to make up that decision, right? You've had enough conversation to that point to make up that decision.
Yes.
Okay, you've come to that decision.
Correct. That you don't want to be romantically involved.
What
anymore.
is there that I said if it's not physically impossible, like something is like a concrete event where there's something drastic has happened, our house burnt down or something, and you know,
Is this like a
life.
boyfriend?
I'm trying to think
Right,
of like
exactly.
monumental stuff. Okay, sure, we can talk about who's going to pay for the house getting back built or something. But what is there to close up about my feelings about you if I've made up the decision that we should no longer be together?
Well, what if you
And
haven't
that's
been
an honest question.
Because like Brad,
I would need
the
I would need an example, sister.
It could be a
have a good
simple.
one.
It could be. It doesn't have to be that exuberant
I got
or
a
that,
good one.
that
But
explosive,
I'm not
right?
gonna get into it.
It could literally be like you just haven't
But-
answered me.
And your good one probably is probably one of those monumental things I'm trying to come up with. Like, what's
The last time that we
monumental that I need closure for?
let me give you a hypothetical. Like we were the last time that I saw you was like this past Friday when we were at a function together, and then you were drunk, you were inebriated. I took you home, took care of you, and whatnot. You went to work the next day, or I went back to work next day. I come back home and you're not there, and then I'm
That's
waiting
not
for
a closure conversation. That's your
wait,
official breaking up
hold
conversation.
on. And then 2 days go by. You don't show up. You don't answer me. You don't talk. You're not responding. And so now I'm concerned. I'm like, hey, is there something wrong? And you're just ghosting, right? Because that's your way of communicating and cutting things off. But you did not give me any sign. For all I know, you probably have been kidnapped or dead in the street, right? And
Wake up dead.
but little do I know that I pissed you off, and whatever I did at that party was the last straw that broke the camel's back to you, right? But you don't communicate that to me. Communication is key. It should be the number one
by
thing
them
that's
communicating
prioritized.
that to you, what do you think's going to happen? What's going to change about you?
Closure.
Silence is a form of communication. I get that.
How does that heal anything?
broken people.
You said, what if that's the one straw that broke the camel's back? Like, oh, I didn't mean to say that. The closure
Bradley-
conversation ends up turning
Bradley,
into why can't we be together?
if
Closure
we-
conversations are dangerous.
That's
No.
no.
Speaking from personal experience, I
Now,
think.
and also your
Because the type
example
of
took
conversation-
it was a 2 week span, and I just want to say that there's a difference. I'm not talking about like our official like we're not together conversation, because obviously you have to have that conversation. I'm talking about people who go back. I need closure. I need to figure out what it was that like I need to really
No.
just settle something in my spirit about
No,
us.
no.
It's already settled in your spirit if you feel it.
We're not
and
talking
you're
about.
not apart.
We're talking about how do you conduct breaking up, not
okay.
how do you go
Closure's a
back.
different conversation.
No, I was talking about
Closure
I
leading
was-
to the breakup, like executing the
No,
breakup.
I'm talking about after the breakup.
I am
Yeah.
also.
Oh, okay.
I
All
have-
right. Well, then I stand corrected. Then.
I'd actually
But-
like to pose this question in a different way to you. Okay, so it sounds like you're not a person who would benefit from having a closure conversation, but your partner is. Your partner has a type of personality that when things are over, they need to talk to you so that they can just recap, they can settle their spirit, they can be, at peace knowing that they explained to you where they were coming from. Are you having a closure conversation? If that is what your partner, your ex-partner is saying that they need to move on?
If there's something I owe you, and if you're not a person that I feel indebted to after we're done, I don't owe you shit.
That's very selfish.
Who the fuck cares if I'm not going to be with you?
So you're
Like,
saying
why would I
once
waste?
the
Why
breakup
would I
is,
waste? Okay, sure.
Are we
you can-
assuming this ended
you
on
can
bad
put your
terms?
energy. You can put your energy.
you're acting like a Scorpio right
you
now.
can put your energy into. You can put your energy into so many things in this world. Okay.
Why someone you don't?
He's so cutthroat
And
right now.
there's a
right?
lot of people. There's a lot of people in this world that give so much to charity, and that's a wonderful place to put that energy instead. Give it to a cause that you care about.
Shit.
Do you feel like it would? What if it was damaging to your partner?
That's an excellent example of a time in which you would need a closure conversation. Did I make you spiral into depression? If so, absolutely.
So it has to go that far.
Yeah. If I physically hurt you,
You're getting all the fucking news.
if I have physically hurt you,
there's no conversation needed.
if I have physically
'cause
hurt
you in
harmed
jail.
you, no, I mean,
You
wait,
knocked the
like,
fuck up when you did.
you close on my ass whooping.
That doesn't make as much
Bradley
sense.
will be the type of like, did I hurt your feelings? And then he'll come and just step,
physically beat you?
like put his foot on
'cause you probably
firmly
knew-
on the neck and
You
make
probably
sure
knew
that
your
they.
feelings were hurt the entire time. You understand why your feelings were being hurt, and you just need to hear it out of my mouth so it doesn't feel like you're dumb. Like what?
It's not that-
you
okay.
just feel dumb. Like get over that part
both of y'all
before you get over the incident that was me.
Have went
if
through
that's
some
the
things.
case.
So it sounds
And I'll
like
put it the other way too for myself. I don't want to close your conversation because I'm not
actually
reopening
where it's
emotions
starting.
that I've already been resolute
That's
about.
it.
that
That's
you've
it.
settled. Okay,
you-
right there.
But you're
There we go.
resolute
Here
about
we
it. What if
here we
the
fucking
only way
go.
that
You
get
asked
this
my opinion on the
resolution?
question. That's what it is.
No.
I'm already resolute about my emotions. Why would I reopen that? Even if I have some sort of inkling, it does not service me at all to have a closure conversation with anyone. To reopen poor emotions, I don't want to feel that again. Why would you do that? That doesn't serve anybody. Like, what do I need closure on?
I think
It's the other
understanding
person.
certain things.
It's the other person. that needs that.
Understanding certain things that happen to you, around you, with you. It's really helpful to understand certain things.
Okay.
No, wait. Let him
I
finish it
know,
off.
and I want to answer
Bradley!
you right now because I know exactly.
You're
where
being
going.
unfair.
I want to be unfair on this one.
You're being so
I'm
unfair.
gonna do certain things because I want to give
That's
you.
really it.
I want to tell you that despite my my aggression towards this subject, I have participated in plenty of closure conversations, both directions. Okay. And one was actually very recent.
Where
And I
you
did
wanted
it-
closure and
I
then
did
they-
it-
and then they
I did
wanted
it.
closure.
I did it so I could fuck. But
Do what you gotta do.
hold on.
See, your opinion is so
I know. That was, I had to throw that example.
sauce on the
I had to throw that
face
example
of
out.
this person, but no,
But
that's
no,
what I'm saying.
I'm
Vice
right here
President
with you.
speaking. I'm speaking.
Darian, go.
I promise God, I'm right here with you. I'm tracking you.
Okay.
If there is something that I needed to understand, that's because I held resentment towards that person. I don't leave.
Now we're getting
No
somewhere.
matter how crazy I sound about this, but if I'm leaving something, I'm resolute about my emotions. I don't have to resent you. So again, there's no reason for me to go back and try to understand why you treated me a particular
Unless
way.
you're trying to fuck.
'Cause
Clearly.
because I'm not resentful.
So that resentment is.
Why would I?
It
need to go
sounds
back
like
and
you
reopen
are,
those
though.
Emotions. No, I'm not.
Because it sounds like that if you get to the point of breaking up, then that's done and like
I'm
it's
not initially-
reopening that door unless I control that motherfucker
No.
and then I want to come and fuck and penetrate like that. Like that's what you want.
I've also
spin the
been
block.
what you call them earlier, a slut.
Spin the block.
I've also been slut, so I done dated a lot, and I've been presented.
But what
with
if-
this.
what if
I'm
there
trying
was
to-
an amicable
I'm trying to
breakup?
answer your what the example you just gave me. You just said, what if there's say it again, say it the way you said it too. You said, what if
the relationship was or the breakup was amicable?
Okay, great job. What are we going back on it for? If it's not to get
Maybe
back
the
together,
maybe the person
or there's something
is,
that you
or
need.
to
from-
understand
All right, Bradley.
what went awry.
I'll indulge you in this example. So me and you, right, we went through the amicable the breakup, right?
Okay, who was the top?
Hobo Ross.
Oh, we're not
playing.
getting that fucking deep into it, ladies and gentlemen. Golly,
Yeah, they don't get that deep. Paul.
you're taking full advantage of me, like playing in
Yeah,
this
so I'm the top.
exercise with you.
Full advantage.
But let's just say that we were the ones in a relationship, right? And then it was an amicable breakup, and I was like, hey, I feel like that I didn't fully express to you why, like where I was at mentally at the end of our relationship, and why which led to our breakup. Like I feel like I didn't get a lot off my chest.
Wow, punch you in the
Would
face.
you afford me the opportunity to express that to you?
What are you getting off your chest?
This is maybe like why I wanted
Sit in
to.
your example. I want
Why-
you to say.
eating him alive.
Right. Why? What led to the breakup? Which probably maybe was rooted into how I was feeling or what I contributed to the breakup in general. But let's just say that maybe I want this closure to help me and add to my fucking utility belt for my next relationship.
So that you
and
can
building me up for the
learn
next.
from it.
Right.
I can
Exactly.
guarantee you that a therapist can do the same thing.
Oh, you're so fucking.
And you
you're
don't,
so
and you
fucking
don't
full of
risk.
it, dude. weird.
No, I swear to God. And you don't risk the opportunity of reopening those emotions with the same person who caused them for you. I do not suggest people have closure. It does not serve you in that example.
Okay.
By any means.
I've benefited from one before.
You learned
From
about
what?
yourself or something like you was it
I
an
have
apology
too,
situation?
exactly.
Was it an apology situation? You needed closure because you needed to apologize.
No, one of them.
You
one
felt
of the
bad.
more impactful one was I got an apology.
Okay.
When I didn't even know that this person knew that they did something worth apologizing for. From what I experienced,
But see, like going into that, why would I want to know that?
Look, and I'll be
Like
expressive.
if you would have known that somebody's about to apologize to you for something that you didn't even know that you were aggressed for, like
no, I was
what?
thoroughly aggressed.
Okay, so like, why would I want it? Like,
Aggressively aggressed, nigga. What?
okay, if that's good, but again, like, why do I want an apology that I never asked for?
And I'll
Like,
share my last closure event, right? Like I never got that closure, and I wanted to apologize. I wanted to be the one to express the apology because I felt like that she needed that because I
crazy
fucked
to
her
me.
over,
You just
right?
And that was on YouTube. It
And
was on your
right,
conscience.
and I wanted to let her know, like, sweetheart, it was not your fault. It was all me.
Yes.
No, not in that context, but like as in, like, hey, I'm just letting you know that it wasn't your fault, and I was the problem. I was wrong,
JC,
and it's not necessarily just to.
He trying to smash?
JC,
No, I'm not trying to smash.
JC,
It's just.
to him. That's what.
But I already know how Brian's going to approach this. He was like, "That's for you. It's not necessarily for that individual."
It has nothing to do with her.
But
Why would
maybe-
she want to participate in that conversation? Here's sweetie. it
Because
was
you
all
did
my
before.
fault. Like what?
Because
the
we've
fuck?
had closure before.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, all
The
right.
question that she asked was like, "What if the partner does need that for their healing, for their
Then
whatever?"
they need to-
and that's okay.
they-
Are you saying you would not participate in a conversation with them?
And I mean this with all due respect. Okay, I'm not even trying to be funny. I said it a second ago. Maybe I'll use a different clause. The person that you're going to seek the development or healing from is not the person that
caused
inflicted the fucking pain on you. Like, stop believing that. That is not okay. Like that's not okay.
All right. You know what? I'll give you a ding.
Well, I
I'll give you a
disagree
ding for
that they cannot be the sole.
Yeah. Okay. Not saying that it's impossible,
They
but
can definitely
why
be part
would
of
you
the
want
process.
to
They can be part of the process.
put yourself in that situation where it could also go sour? Like a nigga could come up like, it was all me, baby. I was fucking all them bitches. I don't, why would you bring that back up? I was over it.
Acacia, are you one that appreciates and would want closure? Whether you're the one that
sex was lame.
that did the that initiated the breakup or the breakup,
No.
and you're the reason, or
I'm not a closure person.
you're not. Okay.
I'm very much so. Once I've made my mind up, I'm done.
Yeah.
But I have an ex partner who, just a little story. But I had an ex partner who, he broke up with his ex girlfriend and then started talking to me like a week or two later. But she needed some closure. And we were hanging out one night and he ended up staying the night. And the next morning he was like, oh shit, like I was supposed to go and have breakfast with so-and-so
Oh, shit.
because she needed a closure and like to have closure.
For her
Right.
wig, she needed a closure.
So,
Oh no!
and so I was like her number one advocate. I was like, yo, if she's saying she needs to have closure, that she needs, this conversation to be a part of what her healing process looks like,
You're
whether
all
we think
for
it's
it.
wrong, right or wrong. I was all for it. And I was like, yo, you need to go have this conversation. And the same day he
so
went
you
up,
supported it.
I completely supported it.
If I was in that situation,
They
I would
smashed.
tell the nigga to go because you made that promise, not because she needed that closure.
Did they
Like
smash?
I need you to,
Ah,
I
you
need you to
heartless
hold to your
motherfucker.
promises. Because you've already got.
Nah, he came over
You've
after.
already you've already agreed to help them through that, which is
Beautiful.
nonsensical to me. But
Why?
but if you
What would-
I guess you risk damaging them even more, so that's why I would win.
Would
Not
have been
because
hilarious.
The original idea was good.
What would have been hilarious is if Acacia would have went and be like, "I'm the closure that you need."
That's an ABC Family show.
A world star.
Nah.
She's like, "Hi." She's like, "Who are you?" Somebody's sitting here. You're like, "No, I'm the person you've been looking for. I've been the person you've been
And I
waiting
do,
on."
and I do want to actually go back.
Excuse me?
Catfish.
I want to admit that it wasn't just a fuck because I got surprised by that. On that,
Nah.
I I really cared about this person, even when we. And
Look at him trying to clean it up with a dirty mop.
And I'm trying to go along with y'all out there. I cared about their development, and I realized I'm never gonna be able to help this nigga. So I decided to fuck him, man.
Wow.
Just leave him in the dirt, Bradley.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
But like you're the hope. Well, I mean, I hope good things happen. But it's not gonna be me that's gonna fix that.
You said what? You know?
At least it ended on a high note. I was going to ask real quick too to the panel: did most of your relationships end negatively?
No.
My last one, that like the one that I never got to give closure to, but all my other past relationships, they ended pretty amicably.
Yeah.
Mine
What about
ended
you?
like shit. All
all
my
of them?
relationships.
Is it because of you? Like because you just don't give a fuck and you want to cut it off, like Bradley?
That was so direct, and that was not.
Are you the problem?
That was also not a good.
No, that wasn't a target at all. I just wanted.
No, actually, I feel like I tell people, you know, I feel like I've only really been in 2 relationships because everything else has been just like a small little blurb, a little blip. But actually, no, both of them ended really, really bad. The first one, there was a bunch of bullshit with that one, but the second one, you know, he had cheated on me, and so that for me, that was
is that an absolute?
So no, actually, he cheated on me. And I took him back. He was super apologetic. And she looked nothing like me. And it took a lot. No.
Oh, no.
It took a lot out of me. And I kind of sat with that for a few months after all of that had kind of come to light, because I was like, I felt like I wasn't beautiful because this man that I had spent all this time with, that, you know, I was sharing a house with, all of those things, I felt like he didn't find me attractive anymore because he was seeking out something that looked nothing like me. So I had a lot. I dealt with just a lot of like mental health during those times, and it ended up ending really bad. We had like broken up, and then that same night, I'm not proud of it, but I went out with some other guy, and we were still living. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I didn't, but I saw my technically ex-boyfriend at the time, but still roommate out, and that was a whole issue. Got back home, and that was that. Yeah, so that was really bad.
Well, I mean, so circumstantially that got bad, but I mean, had that not happened, it's like some multiverse shit now. Had that not happened, what do you think?
Right.
Wouldn't have been so bad?
No, answer that.
If he had would not have done what he did in the first place.
No. Had you not seen him out with the guy that you went out with that night?
It's not like it got progressively worse.
No. I think you know, I feel like there's always a plan, and I was meant to see him out, but I feel like we would have ended anyways. You know, there was just so much like drama, bullshit. My parents got involved. There was like a really drunk night where things just got really out of hand, and what?
Yeah.
No. So, you know, it was going to end regardless. And I always say, you know, everything happens for a reason. I'm happy it ended when it did, and I didn't progress because it took so much out of me to kind of look at someone else, you know, with this long straight hair, and, you know, she had like this very curvy body.
Becky
and
with the good hair.
yeah, and she was, I want to say she was, no, she wasn't even black. And that's,
so like some shit you could never do.
some shit I could
That's so
never.
crazy because I'm not a woman, so I can see that.
I mean, I can understand that.
But like,
She wasn't even black. So
but like,
that's,
I just couldn't see nobody not black finer than me ever. So I just don't.
there you go. There
So
you go.
I'm so sorry that you felt like that, and that's wild that could fuck.
So
There's a lot of reckoning, self-reckoning there. Huh?
So what do you look for in a guy now? Like being what you've been through, moving forward. When you're looking for your Mr. Right,
You look for in a mate.
because I'm assuming you want a monogamous relationship, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you looking
for
for?
asking.
Like the attributes, the characteristics, the personality wise,
Top 5 or
like
6.
Okay. Well, he's definitely got to be a person of color.
Okay.
expound.
Bing bong.
You
Like
know,
black or
you
like
know,
just any like
he could be black.
Mexican,
he could be
Indian.
Yeah, he could be whatever.
I mean,
as,
Indian too.
as
Nice.
long as culturally, you know, I'm Christian, so you know, as long as we line up, you know, spiritually, culturally, religiously, all of those things, you know, I'm fine with it. I think stability too, and like stability comes in a lot of different lights, you know, whether that's financial, whether that's emotional, whether that's mental, just stability all around. So that's definitely on like the top of my list.
Would you be with somebody that has? Do you want children?
I don't want kids. No, I was a teacher for a while, and now working in like the medical field. It's just, I see some things. No, the teacher part, yeah, but I see some things.
She just blew up all the kids. So, but what about being with a guy that has kids?
Ooh.
I am completely and totally up for that, actually. Oh. I think that, just kind of speaking on that stability note, when I think about a single man who is actively, in his children's life, not too many kids, like 2, with the same mom, right?
So
because
with the same mom. Oh,
same mom.
You got to make that point for sure.
There's specifics. But when I think about that for me screams stability, right? Because not only are you a great father, but you're also providing, you're also trying to make something work with a person that you're no longer with. And I think that speaks volumes about a man when it comes to your relationship, your first go around not really working, right? Because I think there's a lot of people out there who are like, women too. They're like, fuck my baby daddy. And they're, they're like, all that toxic shit, And so
I was going to throw a monkey wrench in.
Go ahead and throw the monkey wrench because I know it's coming from you.
I'm like, stability. The only thing that's proven is that he's been unstable once already.
Well,
but I see what you're talking about, like seeing the improvement. But like, what's to say that's not going to happen again?
I mean, that's very true. That's very true. But I also think that, like, for me, specifically when it comes to a guy who already has children, if it's with a woman if you have 2 kids by them, for me, I'm going to automatically assume you saw a future with this person.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I think that's the part for me where it comes in like, okay, you have the potential to settle down, to attempt to start a family, even if it didn't go, the way that society says it's supposed to go, you still were committed and you tried. And so to me, that shows a lot of, just stability, just being able to be a provider, and I think that that's something that I look for.
That's why it's important to know who your man, baby daddy. I mean, excuse me, who your man, baby mama.
Maybe that too. Yeah.
That was really Freudian. You would think that I was trying to be funny. That was a total accent. You need to know the baby mama very well, and I feel like a lot of women are like, "I'm cool that he has kids. I love their relationship. That's theirs." No, you need to know.
Yeah, because that becomes yours.
Yeah, and experience, sometimes doesn't dictate, but does affect how people.
Well, what if it was the other way around, and it was that person asking y'all both like about you being a baby daddy, you being a baby mother?
Oh yeah,
and
I would
they
say that
asking you the background, trying to get the background scoop of what happened and why that ended.
There's a cadence and coordination to having children and dating not your children's parent. So there's some coordination skills when it comes to like the relationship between the child and the parent, in my opinion. Okay. From my observation, because obviously I don't have any children and I'm not a baby daddy by any means. And then also like a nigga. And then I would say that it would have our relationship. This is the way that I would approach it. I would say like, don't take any example as that. Like same way she just said, like you can make some assumptions. I'm like, I don't think you should take any assumptions from it because people can change or not. Like, and people present whatever self they want to, depending on who they've met.
Very true.
So I would try my hardest to share as much as I could, just so that you're in the know of because you should be sharing what happened in your past with anybody, whether they were your baby mama or not.
You say should or should not?
Yeah, I think you should be sharing details about your romantic history with people.
Yeah, because the intent is for that current relationship to work.
Entering into a romantic relationship.
I'm not saying that it needs to happen immediately, no. But I mean, you learn. I'm sure you know about some of.
Yeah, I met them niggas.
Yeah, lame. I mean, fucking dweeb. No.
But would you want to know your partner's body count?
But I'm like, don't make any assumptions
about that. That's some new shit. That's some new ways.
It's
a young niggas. I have zero interest in
men be thinking that women. Well, I guess
I felt like it was a thing to really kind of think about in college. I mean, like when I was in college, I wanted to know.
We were all immature. Yeah,
right.
It's crazy.
Okay, well, that's how you look at it. But yeah. But okay, all right, cool. Actually, any last? I know, right? Any last thoughts? That was good. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about more stuff, but
all right, next week we're gonna have
yeah,
next time
continuation part 2.
Yeah. We'll actually have a therapist returning back next week. And then probably another therapist the week after that. But occasionally we would love to... I know, right?
Well, no, seriously, it was a hospital social worker turned therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Acacia, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us today on this episode. And thanks for just all the insight, too. I've learned a lot. And especially about Bradley too. Like we're gonna keep this conversation going afterwards.
Like
but yeah, no, please come back because I'm sure that the listeners got a lot of knowledge and they they truly enjoyed you for sure. All right. With that said, I had a fun segment that we were gonna do, but I will save that for next week.
Damn.
Yeah. But we can get into the toast. So with it being
I've got so much in my cup.
Women's International Month. And this is the last episode of March.
Hey. Oh, and look, we'd be remiss if we did not also mention that in addition to International Women's Month,
It is.
It is also.
it is also National, or maybe International, I'm not sure, Social Worker Month. Social Worker Appreciation Month, Social Worker Month.
Yes.
So shout out to all the social workers. Shout out to people taking care of people. You feel me?
Sharice Poole.
Shout out to the ladies kicking ass, to the women that
There's
are
male
social
workers as well.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
All the social workers.
Really, we set him up to do that because we started with international women.
I wanted to know about the 892-pound dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a HIPAA violation.
All right, we'll talk about that afterwards.
Literally said, I'll
Right? I'm like, okay.
Never mind. Okay.
That's okay. That's
Acacia,
cool. It's cool.
it's been a pleasure. All right.
I'm joking.
All right. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers to the girls' weekend. I don't even know why I try to play like there was something there. Y'all got me look stupid on camera on Beyonce.
You know how long we go and how we do these episodes.
Hey, speaking of Beyonce, has anyone watched the new show called Swarm?
No, I want to, and don't say nothing about it. Thanks.
Cool.
I'm
Go
not
check it out.
interested.
I just keep seeing that little tiny bun with that lot of the heavy wig that don't have much scalp to it, and I just want to know.
You talking about the main
go watch
actress?
I would suppose she's like on the thumbnail.
Yeah.
She's like in a
I'm not a
grassy
fan
area.
of her.
Oh, she's amazing.
Oh, I've never.
She's
seen,
amazing to you?
That's my first time seeing
I
that.
mean,
lady.
I
What
root
else
for
she
all
played?
black actors and actresses.
She played in Judas and the Black Messiah.
Amazing.
Okay.
She played.
Is that a
in-
D'Angelo album?
No, it was actual movie.
Black Messiah.
Yeah.
Judas and the. I said the Black Messiah. Oh, the Black. Judas and the Messiah, right?
No, it's Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah,
but no,
it is.
No, this is
D'Angelo,
this
but
is
it's not
D'Angelo.
Judas. It's just Black Messiah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
She's in the new Transformers movie coming up. She, I think, was in
Oh,
that
she's in
rap movie.
Transformers? She's gonna change the wig out, huh?
It hasn't came out yet, but
No, she don't got no way.
and then
She went
she's in
after-
this blue pill, red pill movie with Jamie Foxx on Netflix. I
Oh,
forgot
yeah,
what the
yeah,
name
Jamie
of that
Foxx
movie.
should stop.
I think it was called Power.
Yeah,
It
it
was
is
like
called
about
Power.
superpowers.
I wonder if Jamie Foxx got paid as much as everybody. You know, everybody been doing one-off deals. Like all the big celebs been doing one-off deals.
He has
with
a new
Netflix.
movie coming out. So
Yeah.
the
They
Avengers,
made
yes.
Jamie work a lot for his money. Like he had to have 2 sitcoms, 2 movies, 3 and like everybody else is doing like one hit things. Like Chris Rock did one thing for like $40 million, which they should take at least 90% of that money back.
You don't.
And
Damn. Oh, you didn't like that
it was
special?
terrible.
I actually
He's
enjoyed
never
it.
been for black people, so I don't even know why I clicked on that.
Damn.
And like he talk about selective outrage. We should be outraged by you. Just
existing.
I appreciate this.
so terrible.
Okay, all right. So you're clearly on the other side of it. I enjoyed it,
No,
and I appreciated the concept of him literally attaching a term to what everybody has been doing.
He
That's
didn't make
selective
that word
outrage.
up.
Is
yes.
he didn't make that word up.
I didn't say that he made it up, but he took a word and attached it to what.
Yeah,
is
it's like he took. Oh, I won't go that far.
all right.
I almost said he took
On
Republican
the
Twitter.
next episode of the Potnas Podcast.
He took Black Republican Twitter.
You're now
And
tuned
then-
into the
okay.
sounds of the
Let the
Potnas
song play.
Podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's all we got for this episode, and we are going to get into our social media handles, starting with Acacia.
_ Golden Guns.
Hey.
Oh, but it's about Tupac.
All right,
Yeah.
Dino.
Man, I almost said that was a good joke. You can find me at the dictionary. That's THE_DIXONARY.
All right,
What I said,
Bradley.
You can find me at Coolin and Poolin. That's COOLINANDPOOLIN.
Oh, you still got it, boy. You still got it. Y'all can find me at I Know JT and follow the Potnas podcast at POTNAS podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube for all of our latest content. Visit our website, www.potnaspodcast.com to stream all of our previous episodes and leave us a 5-star review and subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting closer to the end of season 7. And Bradley, this is unfortunately going to be...
No, 7 is the number of completion. It's a divine number.
Goodbye. Hold on.
Y'all can at least sing it to the damn beat. Ooh, that wasn't hum up.
You okay? Come on, keep trying. The good time. It's like in the back of the it's a ooh. Okay, do something like that.
Okay.
How do I say goodbye? Oh wait, hold up. I feel like I was on the beat. Y'all know I got perfect pitch, and people think I play about that. Like I'm gonna hit like, and most black people do, but they don't know it. Like I'm gonna make sure I'm in the right key signature for a song, and I hate when somebody's just humming a song in the wrong. Like you can sound good, but it's the wrong key signature.
Right, and I was
hit
hitting the notes.
Yeah, you did hit that.
All right, shout out to Perfect Pitch and saying goodbye to today.
We're going to play this again on your actual last episode. But, all right, ladies and gentlemen, bye for now. As Bradley would say, bye for now.
Bye for now.
All right, peace, y'all.
Peace.